All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kakodash. The bonds of the apostles and elders, great millstone, do the will and Shalom to the occupants, witness, word, truth, sincerity, and charity. In the name of the Father, Yahweh, which means He is who He exists. That's His true name, Ba'ashem. His name, Yahushua, means delivers. Or He says His true name, how He follows on begotten Son, who will be saving and delivering the elect of Israel, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Spanish, and Americans, and speckled birds, and they look like other nations. But through the sea line that follows the traditional lineage back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Bahashem, Kakodash. A common spirit, Kodash makes holy as in the Holy Spirit guides these lessons of truth, sincerity, and charity offered to us helps the lesson. And the title, just because they blood don't make them family, you know what I'm saying? And it's just going off on the bottom left corner you see the prophet Al-Mawan Gabar. A very righteous prophet, a very good prophet. He just lays it straight, honest, and to the point. He has the great ability of saying a lot with just a little. You know what I mean? He says very few words, and yet to be very impactful. But yeah, I say give a watch. But just doing a little piggyback video based off of his. I'm not gonna play it, as you can see. I'm only pulling his up because due to the comment section he has, and they post scriptures for edification's sake. It's kind of makes it really easy to do a video. So just doing this real quick. But it goes on. He attacks the point, but he brings up the point where here it is. Here it is. He says, Matthew chapter 12, verse 48. But he answered and said unto them, so who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched out forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, is the same as my brother and sister and mother. These people are your real family. You know what I'm saying? The men of the Lord are your, if you be among that number, right? That's your real blood, real family. You know what I mean? True service of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And he says that the first fruits, the firstborn of each family, the firstborn of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, of the elect, the elect are the firstborn. You know what I mean? The firstborn belong to the Heavenly Father. You know what I mean? And I pray, or truly, sincerely do hope I'm amongst that number. But you gotta walk in accordance with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It's because your moms, your pops, your brothers, your sisters, it's because they got their blood, man. They're not in accordance with it. They might be amongst the 2/3. It's unfortunate for them, but that's true. You know what I mean? Even with the family you start, I'm about to have a, I got a big family. You know what I'm saying? I do. You know what I mean? Like, nieces, nephews, niece and nephews. A son, a daughter, a son or daughter, I should say. They're not trying to get about too much of my personality. I got little ones, or one. Not putting out my information. But man, I may not have that either. You know what I mean? Well, I'll tell y'all, yeah, I got a little one. You know what I mean? If that little one don't want to be with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, I mean, if she be alive for that long, in terms of if she alive, if she doesn't see the kingdom first, I mean, Lord willing, I be much elect that my children will grow up in the kingdom and not here in Babylon the Great. That's what I'm trying to say. But they walk contrary with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, then, it is what it is. El Apostle Gabar. Was you talking about, like, I heard him say it, that his daughter's pretty much gone. You know what I mean? This Amos chapter 3 and 3, can't two walk together except they be agreed. And that's just no. Let's go to the comment section.
And just because one is a fellow Israelite.
Just because one's a fellow Israelite. Just because they may be descendant of, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. They're not really with this movement, man. They ain't really with us, There it is in John 15. Why GMS get down for your crown. Which that's a good it's a good name. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Yea, ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what the Lord is doeth, his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known to you. All right. With that, I think about changing the name of my channel. But yeah, I wish to be a friend of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. And you should too. You know what I mean? These are your realest friends, the realest of friends, Not bad. Sometimes scriptures just make you think, man. Make you think about what you're doing. This is an ever-growing thing. So I ended there and reflect on the scriptures I read. And I would like to give a praise. I like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. The bonds of the apostles and others, great men, son of the world, shalom to the Akins for this word. To spread this word with truth, sincerity, and charity, Kwame Sharala, Wa Ball.